Hello everyone, this is our 12th class. In last class we discussed about the compulsory question of ICSE 2024, the first 40 marks. Today we are going to discuss about the next 60 marks, section B part, the programming part. So welcome to Classroom Computer. Let's start. There are 6 programs in this question. We will solve all 6 questions here. So the first one is question number 3. This type of question looking very big and elaborate and tough, but they are maximum time the easiest one. The maximum part marking in here you can see. Now read the question carefully. DTDC, a courier company, charges for the courier based on the weight of the parcel. Define a class with the following specifications. The class name written here is courier. So the first line is the import statement and the second line is the public class courier. You can also write class courier only. Next, the list of member variables. 5 member variables are here. The first one is name. The name of customer, so this should be string. So string name. Second, weight, which is for the weight of the parcel in kilogram. So this should be in double data type because there is a huge possibility that weight of a parcel may be in fraction. So double weight. Next, address, which is in alphanumeric. So declare this as string. Next, bill, this is also double. The last one is type. Type stores a single character only. So type is going to be character data type. So we declared all member variables. Now come to the member methods. The first one is void accept. To accept the details using the methods of the scanner class only. This is the accept method. We are going to take input here through scanner class only. So we have to include the package from where the scanner classes belong. So we write an import statement at the top of the code, import java.util.star. Now write the accept method. At first, make an object of scanner class, which is scanner sc equals to new scanner system.in. Next, a print statement comes first. System out println, enter name of the customer. The customer name is a string. So we take input from user through keyboard using next line function of scanner class. Next, the address, which is also a string. We take input from user through keyboard using next line function. For weight of the parcel, we use next double method, and for the single character input, for the type, we use 2 method. One is next and the second one is char at 0. Now come to the second method, which is calculate. In question, the calculate method is to calculate the bill as per following criteria. There is a criteria and we have to calculate the bill depend on this criteria. As per question, the total bill depends on the weight of the parcel and type of courier, which is either domestic or international. The question says if the weight of the parcel is less than or equal to 5 kg, then rate per kg is rupees 800, which is the first if. When weight less than equals to 5 kg and weight greater than equals to 0, then bill equals to total weight into 800. If the weight of the parcel is greater than 5 kg and less than or equal to 10 kg, this is the second else if. Weight is greater than 5 kg and weight less than equals to 10 kg. The first 5 kg calculate as 800 rupees per kg and extra kgs calculate as 700 rupees per kg. So the else if is looking like something like this. Next, the else part, when the weight of the parcel is above 10 kg. The first 5 kg calculate 800 rupees per kg. Next 5 kg calculate 700 rupees per kg. More than 10 kg weight calculate rupees 500 rupees per kg. So the calculation is looking like bill equals to 5 into 800 plus 5 into 700 plus weight minus 10 into 500. The question also said that if the parcel is international, then rupees 1500 would be charged extra. So if the type of parcel is I, which is a capital or small, then add rupees 1500 extra with the bill like this. If type equals to capital I or small I, then bill equals to 1500. I did one extra thing here. At the very beginning of the method, I put an extra if weight is greater than equals to 0.00. Because if anyone give input of for weight in negative, then the method print a message invalid weight. This one, invalid weight, which is the else part of this if. Now print method. This print method actually print the name, address, weight, billing amount and the type of customer, everything. So this is a simple system out println line. I write 2 lines here because the screen area is smaller than a single system .out.println statements. I break this print statement into 2 lines. That's all. Now at last come to the main method. In main method, at the very first create an object of class courier. Here courier OB equals to new courier. So we create object OB of class courier, and after that through this object we call other 3 methods: accept, calculate and print. This is the end of the program. You can see I put some comments after some lines. That is an example of good programming in case of school student. So please write comment after those lines: the object creation, the method call, the class start, the method start, the class end, the method end. Please write proper comment after those lines. You can take example from this program. Now come to the output. This is the output. I first put the name of the customer, which is Sanjay Sharma. Next the address of the customer. Next the weight of the parcel, and next the domestic or international. And after that this program print the whole thing: the name, address, weight, type and billing amount. Now come to variable description. Look, some people say that the comment and variable descriptions are not mandatory, but it's a good to write proper comments and variable description for each program if you want to conquer 15 out of 15 in every program. Actually this will clear the view of your program. Those are the variable: name, address, weight, bill and type. Those are the data type of those variables, and everyone is an instance variable, and they store the first one for name of the customer, second one for the address of the customer, third one for the weight of the parcel, fourth one for the bill, and the fifth one for the type of parcel, domestic or international. And I also declare 2 other variables: SC, actually they are objects, SC for scanner class, SC is an object of scanner class, and OB is an object of courier class, and they are local to main. This is the end of question number 3. Now come to the next question. The next question number 4, is about method overloading. In this program we have to take input from user through keyboard. Here is the question. This is a method overloading, and they already mentioned the word overload. Define a class to overload the method. Perform as follows. Now come to the code. In this program we have to take input from user through keyboard. So at first write input statement at the top of the program. Here import java.util.star. There are 3 methods in this program except the main method, and those 3 methods name are same: perform. So the first perform method take 2 double input and return output in double. In next line declare a new variable to store the answer of the calculation, which is double CSA. Next calculate the value. The formula is in the question is CSA equals to pi RL, where L equals to square root of R square plus H square. This thing also can be done by statement pi into r into square root of r square plus h square. So I calculate in a single line. This is the total calculation using some library function of math class. So I calculate in a single time, and after that I return the value or answer to the main method. Now come to the next method, perform, where the two input both are integers and no output. So I put void in front of the method name because this method returns nothing. This method print a pattern. Two formal argument are number of line and character in each line. So we write two loops. The first loop actually calculate the number of line, and the second loop actually calculate the number of character print in each line. So after that this method ends and come to the third method, which is also perform method. Here this is the third perform method, which take two integer. In this method we calculate quotient and remainder of a given division and print answer. The answer depends upon the value of this character ch. If the value of this character ch is capital Q or small q, then this program actually calculate the quotient. So I print integer of m by n. And if the value of this character ch is r, capital R or small r, then this program actually print the remainder of this division. So I write m%n. So for this thing, quotient or remainder, I use simple to if statement here. Now come to the main method of this program. Here we first declare an object of class method overload 2024 ICSE, and also declare an object of scanner class. Then I declared some variables I, j, which are integer, and p, q, n is those are double, and a character c for my calculation in this main method. Then there I make an user choice, like press 1 for the curved surface area, press 2 for the pattern, and press 3 for the quotient or remainder. There is a print statement, and I took input in the integer choice, and I make a switch case. Like if user press 1, then it will show you the CSA, the curved surface area. If the user chose 2, then it will show you the pattern, and if the user chose 3, then it will show you the quotient or remainder as per user choice. So if user press 1 for choice value, then it will take two input from user, first one for the radius of the cone and the second one for the height of the cone. And this perform method have a return type, which is a double. And so I write this line ans, which is a double variable, obj.perform pq. That means this perform method return the value, and that value store into this variable ans. And on the next line I print this variable. Now come to case 2. If user press 2 for the choice value, the switch case value, then it will come here, and then it will take another two input which are integer from user, the first one for the number of lines and the second one for the number of digit or character in each line. And then I just call the method perform with these two integer. If user press 3, then I ask for the dividend and the divisor, and after that I ask for the choice. Do you want to see the quotient or the remainder? And after that send those three values I, j and c, which is the dividend, divisor and the choice for quotient or remainder, and call the perform method using those three actual parameters. And if user press something, expect 1, 2 and 3, then it will show you the wrong input. This is the end of this program. Now come to the output. Here is the output. Enter 1 for CSA, enter 2 for pattern, enter 3 for remainder. If user press 1, then it asks for the radius and the height of the cone, and it calculates the CSA curved surface area, and here is the curved surface area. If user press 2 for the pattern, then at first this program asks for the number of lines, then this program asks for the number of digits in each line and print the pattern as per the question. And this is for the third one. This is dividend and divisor, and this program show you, if you want to see the remainder, it will show you the remainder, and if you press the Q, then it will show you the quotient. Now this is the variable description of this program. First, this RH, those are double formal parameter of method perform. Local to perform method. Why local to perform method? Because we declare those two variables inside the perform method. So these two variables don't have any line outside of the perform method. R store the radius and H store the height of the curved surface area. Next, RC for the second perform method, where we print the pattern, where R store the number of lines and C store the number of digit. And the last one, A min and CH, those three are formal parameter of the method perform, third perform, which perform method have three argument. The first one is integer, second one is integer, and the third one is a character. And the local to perform method, everyone, and M store the dividend, N store the divisor, and CH store the option, the character, which is either Q or R. If Q, then it will show you the quotient, and if the value of CH is R, then it will show you the remainder. And those variables are actually variables of main method. The final one is object, OBJ. OBJ is an object of method overload 2024 ICSE class. This is an object. SC, the second one, this is an object of scanner class. Next, IJ, the actual parameter. PQ, the actual parameter. AN is used to store the return value from the perform method. C is a character, actual parameter, and choice is an integer, which we store the option input by user for switch case. And these I, J, P, Q, A and C, those five variables I, J, P, Q and C, those are actual parameter, and we send those variables to the perform method as per user choice. Now come to the question number 5. At first, I want to read the whole question. Define a class to accept a number from user and check if it is an even pal number or not. The number is said to be even pal number when number is palindrome number. A number is palindrome if it is equal to its reverse and the sum of digit is an even number. Here is an example, 121, which is a palindrome number, and also sum of the digit is 4, which is an even number. For this program, we have to take input from user. So at the very beginning, you have to write statement import.java.util.star. Here at time of cropping, I think I just cut the first line. So I'm very sorry for that. Next, declare the class evenPal. Next, start the main function. In the main function, the first thing is make an object of scanner class. So I write scanner SC equals to new scanner system.in. Next, I print a message, enter a number, user give the input and store the input into the variable num. Then I declared some variables temp, num, temp, r, rev, sum, etc. Those for inside calculation. At first, I make a copy of num, which is the original input, into the temp variable. Now the while loop start. If temp greater than 0, then r actually take the last digit of temp, then sum add this value into itself, and in rev it also add this value, but it also, before adding the value into it, it actually multiply itself with 10, then add the value of r, which is the last digit of temp. Then after that, I just cut the last digit of temp. This is the logic, and this loop will go up to whenever the temp equals to 0. This r and temp equals to 0 actually separate the each digit of the number. I think this total loop is little much complicated for all of you, so I make a table. Here is the table. For 121, the total 3 times this loop actually run. So at the first iteration for 121, I took the last digit, which is 1, and then the initial value of sum is 0, so it's 0 plus 1, So it's 0 plus 1 equals to 1. Then rev, the initial value of rev is also 0. So 0 into 10 plus 1, which is 1. And after that, I cut the last digit of temp. So now the temp is 12. Now in the second iteration, the value of r is 2. And next I add this value with the sum. The previous value of sum is 1. So 1 plus 2 equals to 3. And after that, I multiply the rev value with 10. The previous value of rev is 1. So 1 into 10 equals to 10 plus 2, which is 12. Then after that, I cut the last digit of temp. Now the value of temp is 1. At the third iteration, the value of r is 1 and the sum is 3. The previous value of sum is 3. Then 3 plus 1, 4. And the value of rev is 12 into 10, which is 120 plus 1, which is 121. And the value of temp is 0. If we come back into the code, then after the third iteration, the value of temp is 0. So this while loop doesn't work here because 0 is not greater than 0. So this loop ends. And then if num equals to rev, which is 121, the reverse of the original number, and the sum %2 equals to 0. That means if we divide the value of sum by 2, then it doesn't have any remainder, then this sum value is an even number. If both condition is true, then it's an even PAL number. Otherwise, this is not an even PAL number. We just see the table for an even PAL number. Now come to an example for a number which is not an even PAL number. In first iteration, the example is 349. At the first iteration, the value of r is 9. Then we add this value with the sum. The initial value of sum is 0. So 0 plus 9 equals to 9. Then in rev, 0 into 10 plus 9, which is also 9. And after that, we cut the last right hand digit of temp. So 349 is now 34. After that, in iteration 2, the value of r is 4 and the sum is 9 plus 4, which is 13. Then in rev, 9 into 10 plus 4, because the previous value of rev is 9, we multiply this value with 10, which is 90, and add the new value of r, which is 4. So the value of rev is 94, and now cut the rightmost digit of temp. So the value of temp is 3. And in iteration 3, the value of r is 3, sum is 13 plus 3 is 16, and after that the value of rev is 943 and the temp is 0. Here 943 is not equals to 349 because 349 is not a palindrome number, and if we add 943, then the value of 9 plus 4 plus 3 equals to 16, which is an even number. But in my program, there are two conditions. The first one is for palindrome and the second one is for even number. And for an even PAL number, these both conditions should be true. Here one condition is true. So this number is not an even PAL number. Now come to the output. Look, enter the number. I enter 121, which is in example in question paper. So 121 is an even PAL number, but in case of 349, it shows 349 is not an even PAL number. Now come to the variable description. The first variable or the object is SC, which is an object of scanner class, and this SC is an object of scanner class local to main, and we declared this variable or object to take input from user through keyboard. Next, num for the original value. Now the num, temp, rev, r and sum, these 5 variables which all are integer, they are actually local variable, local to main. We use num for used to store the original number input by the user through keyboard, and for temp actually this used to store a duplicate copy of original number, and rev and r and sum, they are used for the calculation. So rev used for the reverse of the number, r used for the every digit of the number, and sum used for the sum of the digit of that total number. Now come to the next question, question number 6. The question number 6 is the most controversial question in the question paper because 2D array is out of syllabus. Anyway, let's solve and analyze this program. Before entering to the code of the program, you have to understand the meaning of the diagonal of 2D array. This is the 2D array. If we put index out of this array, this is the 2D array in your program, look like this one. This 0, 1, 2, 3 and 0, 1, 2, 3 is the index of this array. For these three, where the array name is ARR, this is ARR 1, 3. That means the first one is the row value and the second one is the column value. In case of this one, ARR 3, 0 equals to 1. This 1 is the value here and 3 is the row value and 0 is the column value. Now we put only index in this cell, only index. Those are the index in the cell, then it looks like something like that. If we consider I as a row value and j is the column value, then this looks like something this. The index of the first value means 3 equals to 0, 0. So I put 0, 0 at the first cell. Value, the index of the next value is 0, 1. For next 0, 2 and 0, 3. And for the next row it's 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3 and so on. You can see this is the first diagonal 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. Actually we are looking on the index, not the value. Here you can see for the first diagonal, the row value and column value both are same. 0, 0, 1, 1. The first 0 is for row and the second 0 is for the column. Here the first one for the row and second one for the column and so on. The index value for row and column are same. In case of next diagonal, this one, you can see the value of I plus j equals to 3. That means 0 plus 3 equals to 3, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, 2 plus 1 equals to 3 and 3 plus 0 equals to 3. As per question, we have to make sum of left diagonal and this one is the right diagonal separately. If both summations are same, then the array is diagonal. Now come to the code. This is the code. At first, input the package, import java.util. Next, start the class and after that, start the main function. Next, declare the 2D array. As per question, the order of 2D array is 4 into 4. That means 4 rows and 4 columns. Next, make an object of scanner class. Next, declare some local variables like sum d1 for the sum of the left diagonal, sum d2 is the sum of the right diagonal, and next using ij, I take input from user and where I stands for the row number and j stands for the column number. In this loop, apply the logic I mentioned before, that for the first diagonal I equals to j and for second diagonal I plus j equals to 3. Here is the logic, I plus j equals to 3. If I plus j equals to 3, then sum d equals to sum d plus the array value. And if I equals to j, that means the row value and column value both are same, then sum d1 equals to sum d1 plus arr ij. That's it. And after that, here I print the array again and sum of left diagonal, I print the left diagonal and the right diagonal and using an if statement. If sum d1 equals to sum d2, then the array is a diagonal array. Otherwise, this array is not a diagonal array. Here is the output. I take input. This is an array. Sum of the left diagonal is 34 and right diagonal is 34. The array is a diagonal array. Now, in this second output, I took another array 4 by 4 order. But here the sum of left diagonal is 15 and the sum of right diagonal is 13. So the array is not a diagonal array. Now come to the variable description. First one is ARR, which is an integer 2-dimensional array, local variable. It's a 4 by 4 ordered array. IJ, local variables mean they declared inside of main function, main method. Use a row and column index for 2D array. Sum d1, sum d2 both are integer. They are actually stored the sum of two diagonals and AC is a scanner class object. That's it. Now come to the next program. Define a class pin code and store given pin code in single dimensional array Sort this pin code in ascending order using selection sort technique only. Display the sorted array. That's it. Now 110001, those are the values. So we don't need to include any package like other programs. So at first the class start, after that the main function start. Next we declare the array with its values. Now we are going to perform selection sort as in ascending order in this array. So we perform the selection sort technique. I will discuss the selection sort technique elaborately when I will teach other sorting technique. After performing the selection sort technique, print the sorted array and the program ends here. Here we print the sorted array and here is the output of the program. Here is the variable description of the program. SC is an scanner class object, ID is a string, local to main. Discard the second variable. Next, pin code for the integer and ij for the use for calculation for the sorting technique. Now the last one, define a class to accept Gmail ID and check for its validity. In this program, we have to take input a string from user and check whether the string contains a dot, Gmail word and com word. So before entering to the program code, you have to understand the logic behind this thing. Here is the program code. So at first I import the util package for scanner class and then declare a string ID and then SC object for scanner. Then take input from user, give the email ID and I store it into the variable string ID. Two index of calculations are here. Index of function actually return the index of the occurrence of character or string in the string. Like it actually shows you if this string have @ or dot or Gmail or com, then it will return the index of that string or character, and this always either equal to 0 or greater than 0. Next I put another if. Why? Because this @gmail dot or com. Okay, one more thing, this @ always greater than 0, not equals to 0, because no email ID can start with an @ sign. So please, this is my mistake, delete this equal sign, the first equal sign of index of. Next, inside of index or inside the first if, there is another if. This if actually check the order of each. Like if a string have @gmail com and dot inside it, that doesn't mean that that string is a valid email ID, because the @ should comes first, then Gmail word, then the dot, and at last the com word. So you have to maintain the order. This order actually checked by this nested if, the inside if. So if these both two if are satisfied, then this program shows yes, this is a valid email ID, otherwise this is not a valid email ID. And also if the string doesn't have any one of them, like @ Gmail or com, then this string is not a valid, also not a valid email ID. Now come to the output. I think that this output actually cleared the logic for you. Here is my first input. This input only have a dot, so it shows this one is not a valid email ID. In next one, these also have a dot, an @, a Gmail and a com, but in not a proper order. So this is not a valid email ID. And the last one, youtube@gmail.com. Here this string have @ the Gmail, the dot and com, all four and in a proper order. So this is a valid email ID. And here is the end of the program and end of today's class also. So if you like my video, then please like and share my video and subscribe my channel. If you have some doubt or any question, So please write in comment. Subscribe my channel if you like my video. Thanks for watching.